Hey, this is Jay bringing you a guide to how to pick up an arc edge sword in Destiny's The Taken King. Now we're going to be doing the Reforging the Blade, or it's also called a Broken Will quest. And what you need to do for this quest is you need to go to the dreadnaught, and you want to go on a patrol mission because we're going to be farming Hadium flakes. All right, and hopefully I'm pronouncing that right, but you need 25 Hadium flakes and 10 motes of light. So you'll find these in your inventory. If I go over there, there's my Hadium flakes. And like I said, you need 25 of those, and then you also need 10 motes of light. And while we're here, we might as well pick up some wormspore. You need wormspore to actually upgrade some of your armor, like your chest pieces, and you'll probably get some of those things as well. So that's what we're going to be doing here. I'll show you my route or my farming method that I use to get on here. I got my good friend Creamy, who actually helped me and showed me some spaces, some places to actually look for chests, but we're back to the old way of farming. So let's head down on the surface and I'll show you my route. Alright, so this is where you're going to spawn in. There's a big battle going on in front of you. There's going to be bad guys on the left, on the right, and you can just pretty much just run by them. But just run straight ahead and then start veering off to the left. And this is the first area that you're going to look at, or you can look at. You don't have to do this in this order. This is just the way that I do it. But I always check in here to the left. Sometimes you'll see it spawn over here. Sometimes it's right here in the middle, and then sometimes it's on the right. Now that is not the chest that you're looking for. That's actually a chest that requires a key, and you'll see these in certain areas, so just ignore them. Then when I come out of here, sometimes I'll actually run straight ahead and check out this cave or this room to my right. I don't see a box spawn here or a chest spawn here too often, so sometimes I just actually ignore this, and I'll do the one that's straight ahead, the one that we were just in, and then I'll come back up to the start area. Now also too, I will let you know, sometimes there's chests over in that left area that I just kind of showed you right there. They will actually look like a Mars chest. So those chests that you find on Mars sometimes spawn in that area over there, but I tend to skip that. All right, so I come back up to this area though, and this is to the right of where you spawn in, and then there's a cave up here if I can get over this lip right here. But this is the next area that I look at, and hopefully we can find a chest in here. Alright, so I always just do a big circle right in here. And there we go. Alright, so we do have one. That is one that you don't, but this is one that you do. Alright, and see, it's a little bit different. But it always tell you if you need a key or not. So there's the first area that we found a chest. Oh, and there's some wormwood. That's what the wormspore looks like right there. So I'm not going to focus too much on that, but you'll see this periodically all over the map. But you just want to jump over here and go right down into this cave. And sure enough, there's another box. Alright, so we're doing pretty good. Alright, and then I'm going to head on over to the right area. And there is one right over in this corner. And it's actually back in a little bit of a cave. Now, sometimes the chests will actually spawn right there. Alright, but other times you actually have to go in here, and it's a little bit confusing, but you want to look for this hole right here. Now, you can go different routes in here, but I'm going to tell you the best route. Your first cave to the left, go in that entrance. Alright, and then you're going to go up a ramp. There's a box or a chest to my right. That's one of the ones that requires a key, and there's usually one right up there. Now there's also some chests that will spawn in the cave in other areas, but they're a little bit tricky to find. You can get turned around really easy, so I just recommend skipping those. Then you just want to head on out here to the right, and then that is my actual run that I do. So not too many caves, but I find a high percentage in these caves. All right, so you could, like I said, go into that area and look for the Mars looking chest. They will have the Hadium flakes in there and everything like that. But after I get to here, I just tend to run down this area. This is the area that you spawn in. Head down it, and then just kind of curve over to the left area once you get down here. And that is my route. So now you're going to need, like I said, 25 Hadium flakes and 10 motes of light. Once you get all of those, then you can head back to Shacks and pick that up. So let's see if there's one in here though. That's the box, remember, that you need the key for. And see, there's a box right there that just spawned in here that wasn't in here before, and I picked up an engram. So like I said, those are the major areas, the major caves that I like to check out. I'm going to skip this one right over here. Just because I don't find, like I said, I don't find a box in here very often. But you can look here, especially if you're not seeing them spawning, then check the more obscure areas. But then just head on over, check the one up there, check there's 3 up there, and you can find them pretty easy. But hopefully that helps you out find those Hadium flakes. Now let's head on over back to the tower and we'll talk to Shaxx and get our sword. Alright, so once you get to the tower, you just want to head straight ahead down these steps, and Lord Shaxx is down here on the right hand side. Now there will not be any indicator letting you know that this is actually done and you're ready to pick up your sword. At least it didn't for me. So you just go down here, click on that, and then you're going to be able to choose whether or not you want an arc edge, a solar edge, or a void edge. And basically whatever elemental damage you pick, it will give you protection from the other 2 elemental damages. So that's it. Really easy to get this sword. Make sure you pick one of these up and have some fun with it. It gets equipped in the heavy slot right down here. I'll show you right there. And then I'm going to actually click on it so that I can show you what the perks are and everything like that, and you can go ahead and read them. But hopefully this video helps you out. If you got any questions or comments, make sure you leave them for me. Just remember you need 25 Hadium flakes, 10 motes of light, and then a couple, I think I needed relic iron or something like that for this one. Now it is 220 damage, not the greatest right there, but remember you can infuse this and actually jump the damage up. Depending on what other things you have equipped. So if you click infuse, you can see I could bump it up to 225 or probably 235 or 240 if I were to dismantle one of those things, but I'm not going to go ahead and do that. But definitely check this out. Like I said, hopefully this helps you out. If it does, I would really appreciate if you give it a thumbs up. Guys, as always, take care and God bless.